Hello and welcome to the FlexPro YouTube channel. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. And as always, let us know down in the comments what you want to see in the future videos. So today we're going to do a topic that is very applicable to your daily life. It is the best smoothies to incorporate for your weight loss goals. So obviously there's a lot of delicious smoothies in the world. I want you guys just to think of your favorite smoothie. It could be strawberry, banana, whatever it may be. A lot of times, the reason they're so delicious is they are loaded with sugar. You know, they're borderline just scooping ice cream into these things. If you look into some of these big name smoothie companies and dive into it, there's some very different ingredients that you probably wouldn't traditionally blend in at home. So the easiest way to control what you eat is be the person in control of what you're eating. So either using a service that maps out everything you've got or actually preparing it yourself. Now, let's be honest, food, it's a bit different. We don't always have time to make it. But when it comes to making a delicious smoothie, it simply takes a couple of minutes and a little bit of creativity. So without further ado, here's some of the best smoothies for weight loss.
The first recipe is my blueberry muffin protein smoothie. Now this one is low carb and paleo friendly. You will need unsweetened almond milk, frozen blueberries, ground chia seeds, a high quality protein powder, and almond butter. And for the protein today, I'm gonna be using one of my favorites. It's the bulletproof collagen protein with the vanilla flavor. And this one already has a low carb sweetener mixed in with it. But if your protein powder does not have that, then for the low carb smoothies, you may wanna add something like stevia just to sort of sweeten it up a little bit. Go ahead and add all your ingredients to the blender and you're just gonna blend it until it's extra smooth. Now, if you want to preserve this smoothie for a few days in the refrigerator, be sure to add a little bit of fresh lemon juice and this one's good to go. Next up is my lean green matcha smoothie. Now this one is paleo, but it can also be made low carb just by removing the banana and adding a little bit more avocado. So here's what you're gonna need: unsweetened almond milk, avocado, banana, spinach, ground chia seeds, protein powder, fresh lemon juice, and matcha powder. Go ahead and add all the ingredients to a blender and blend until smooth. And don't forget, all of these recipes will be on my blog for you to print them off. I'm gonna leave that linked for y'all in the description box below. This one is one of my favorites. It's super energizing and the matcha powder can really help to increase your metabolism. And the next smoothie is my Energizing Cacao Mocha smoothie. This one is low carb and paleo friendly. You will need unsweetened almond milk, spinach, MCT oil or coconut oil, avocado, hemp seeds, cacao powder, and protein powder. So the reason I like to add MCT oil or coconut oil to my smoothies is because the medium chain fatty acids can help to increase fat burning, increase your brain power, and your energy levels. This smoothie is also great if you're craving something chocolatey, and I even like to drink this smoothie in the afternoon, especially if I need a healthy pick-me-up. And moving on to the next smoothie, we're gonna be making my Energizing Matcha Beet smoothie. This one is paleo friendly. You will need unsweetened almond milk, a small beet, banana, flax oil, hemp seeds, protein powder, and matcha powder. Now, if you're not a fan of beets, you'll have to trust me on this one. The banana actually makes it taste delicious, and the nutritional benefits of beetroot are just too good to skip out on. Beets contain a powerful antioxidant called beta-cyanine that can help to remove toxins from the liver and fatty deposits from your bloodstream. And we all know that a clean liver means a healthy metabolism, which translates to optimal fat burning. And I honestly think you'll be pleasantly surprised with the taste of this smoothie, so definitely give it a try. And lastly, I'm sharing my fat burning turmeric smoothie. Now this one is low carb and paleo friendly, but it is intense, so be sure to start very slowly with the turmeric. You will need unsweetened almond milk, ground chia seeds, MCT oil or coconut oil, protein powder, ground turmeric, cinnamon, and ground ginger. The turmeric and ginger are very powerful spices that can help to boost metabolism, cleanse the body, and reduce inflammation. I really love drinking this smoothie if I ate a bit too much the day before because it's great for reducing the bloating and the inflammation super fast. But again, you want to start very slowly, especially if you're not used to the taste of ginger and turmeric.
So this one has all of the flavors and the good feels of a PB&J sandwich, and it's so easy to make. So in a blender, just add in your milk of choice. I use unsweetened almond milk, followed by half of a cup of frozen strawberries, a tablespoon of peanut butter, and a scoop of vanilla protein powder. Then blend it on up and you're good to go with your PB&J smoothie. So I mentioned protein powder. You might be wondering what type of protein powder you should be using. And that is a very common question because not all protein powders by any means are created equal. A lot of them have a ton of added ingredients, they're super highly processed, and they're not good for you. Is protein powder 100% clean? No. Protein powder is basically taking protein from real foods and then turning it into a powder. So it's clearly refined a little bit. So try to look for protein powders that contain very minimal ingredients. You're just gonna want the protein, maybe an added flavor, and if you have to have an added sweetener in there, some coconut sugar is a good option as well. My personal favorite is Naked Nutrition. They're not paying me to say this, they just have a really good product. They have very minimal ingredients, and the added sweetener is coconut sugar, which if you've seen my added sweeteners videos and my how to quit sugar video, you know that coconut sugar is a good option. If you're non-dairy, they also offer an egg protein, a pea protein. They have the whole gambit of protein powders, so Naked Nutrition is a really good one to go with. But personally, I feel like the health benefits you get out of a protein powder, assuming it's a minimally processed one, is greater than the damage that you get from having a processed food that's not 100% clean. So that's my feeling on protein powder. You're welcome to make your own decisions. If you didn't want to add any protein powder, you could always use more whole foods like flax seeds, chia seeds, nut butters, or some cottage cheese or some Greek yogurt. All of those will add in extra protein. It won't be quite as much protein, but it will add protein for you. This next smoothie is so simple, it's kind of cheater. It only requires 3 ingredients and it's so easy, it's deceptively easy and so good. Dustin and I used to order this at our gym all the time, and then I got so tired of spending over like $8 for how simple this was that I decided to start making it at home. All you have to do is add in your milk of choice, followed by some frozen blueberries and a scoop of protein powder, and blend. And it's so easy. It's nice because it's low in fat, so if you're looking for just some protein and a little bit of flavor and texture, this is the perfect smoothie for you. But if you wanted to add in some fat into this one and make it more of a meal, you could always add in some nut butters or some full-fat Greek yogurt or full-fat cottage cheese, and that'll just make it a little bit more substantial because as it is, it's a pretty low-calorie shake. So I think it's pretty hard to go wrong with a little bit of chocolate and a little bit of coffee in your protein smoothie. I love adding in a little bit of freeze-dried coffee or espresso into my fruit smoothies because it not only adds in that extra flavor, it also adds in a little bit of caffeine as well, which makes your protein smoothie even better. So to make this coffee and chocolate smoothie, add your milk of choice into your blender, followed by a frozen banana, a tablespoon of freeze-dried coffee, some dark cocoa powder, and a scoop of vanilla protein powder, and then blend. Also, I like using my 1-quart glass mason jars for enjoying my smoothies, and I use a silicone straw for drinking it out of there. There's something about drinking up a smoothie with a straw that just makes it take a little bit longer, feels more like a meal, and it looks so pretty too. But you can use any type of container you want, and you can even use these mason jars and then freeze them and have these all made ahead of time too. So mason jars are really cool for smoothies. Also, if you've never bought freeze-dried coffee before, it's right next to all of the instant coffees, which you could also use in this recipe. And there's also instant espresso powder as well, and those are great. But you can always use strongly brewed fresh coffee as well. Just make sure it's cooled so it doesn't melt everything. Adding greens to your protein smoothies is a really great way to add in more leafy green veggies into your diet, and you don't really taste it. So if you're not a fan of like spinach or kale, adding them into your smoothies, they get blended up and they kind of get lost in all the flavors, which is why I love this green machine smoothie. So add in your milk of choice into your blender, followed by a frozen banana, some baby spinach that's been packed. This is gonna be raw spinach, a little bit of natural peanut butter, and some protein powder, and then blend. When you're using frozen bananas, try to freeze ones that are very ripe already, because that's gonna be the sweetest banana possible, which is gonna naturally sweeten your smoothies. So especially when you're adding in leafy greens into your smoothies, you're gonna really wanna make sure that you have a nice ripe banana. But if you don't have a ripe banana and all you have are unripe bananas and those are the only things that you could freeze, I know because I've been there before, you can always add in a little bit of raw honey or pure maple syrup to sweeten it a little bit. I also don't like using ice in my smoothies. I like using frozen fruits instead because that gives you a lot of that texture anyway. It's not adding any added water, which isn't gonna water it down at all. And it's just super easy. And so I pre-freeze all of my fruits and vegetables that I'm gonna be using, and I use a silicone bag, and I just get it all ready ahead of time, and that way I can just grab it and go, and it's super easy. All right, I'm telling you, this protein smoothie tastes exactly like a vanilla cupcake. It's so dang good, and you're just gonna be feeling like you're killing it with your healthy lifestyle. So to make it, just add in your milk of choice. Again, I use unsweetened almond milk, but any unsweetened milk will do. Followed by some frozen mango, some frozen pineapple, and a scoop of vanilla protein powder. This is so much fun, and it's so easy to make. And then just blend that on up.
So the first smoothie recipe we're gonna make is the watermelon cooler, and the ingredients we're gonna use are fresh watermelon, fresh cucumber, fresh basil, chia seeds, lime juice, and coconut butter. And we're just gonna add everything into our blender jar. The hydration we're getting from the cucumber and the watermelon, the healthy fats and protein we're getting from the chia seeds, and we're also getting some healthy fat from the coconut butter. And this actually doesn't need water or any liquid to blend up as it is. If you want to get it colder, you can add ice and blend it up with some water or almond milk, but basically just blend it up until it's nice and smooth. And then you can transfer it into your glass. And this is a great one for summer. It's really light, it's flavorful, it's fresh, and it tastes awesome. The next recipe we're gonna make is my lemon blueberry smoothie. The ingredients we're gonna use for this one are frozen cauliflower, frozen blueberries, almond butter, flaxseed meal, and lemon juice. And again, you're just gonna add everything into your blender jar. The hydration we're getting from the cauliflower and blueberries. Protein and healthy fats we're getting both from the almond butter as well as the flaxseed meal. And then I blended this up with water, but it also works really well with coconut water or almond milk. And you can just blend it on high until it's smooth and creamy. It's really thick and it's so delicious. It also makes a great smoothie bowl. I recommend topping it with lemon zest, coconut flakes, and cacao nibs. It's by far my favorite. And this one, again, is really high in antioxidants. It's great for digestion and it tastes awesome. For our third smoothie recipe, we are making the chocolate cherry pie smoothie. And the ingredients we're gonna use for this recipe are frozen cherries, cucumber, spinach, hemp seeds or hemp hearts, cacao powder, cashew butter, cinnamon. And again, you're just gonna add everything into your blender jar. The hydration we're getting from the cucumber as well as the cherries. We're getting plant-based protein and healthy fats from the hemp seeds. And we're also getting healthy fats from the cashew butter. And then I like to blend this up with almond milk, but you could use chocolate almond milk too. It's also delicious with that. And then you're just gonna blend this up until it's totally smooth and creamy. Mine was still a little chunky. My cucumbers didn't totally blend, but that's okay because they'll just drop to the bottom and you won't drink any chunks, so don't worry about that. But this one tastes like dessert. It's really chocolatey, creamy, and so tasty. Our next smoothie recipe is the peanut butter and green smoothie. This is arguably my favorite, and I think you guys are gonna love it too. The ingredients we're gonna use are spinach, fresh or frozen zucchini, frozen banana, peanut butter, and quinoa flakes or cooked quinoa. And you can just go ahead and add everything into your blender. We're getting the hydration from the zucchini, the healthy fats, and a little bit of protein from the peanut butter, as well as the quinoa flakes. And then I like to blend this up with almond milk, but again, you could use any kind of liquid that you like. It's also really good with coconut water. And then just pop it on your blender and then just blend it up until it's nice and smooth. The banana makes it really creamy and thick. And this one tastes so good. It's really peanut buttery and you guys are gonna love it. And last but not least, we are making a creamy apple pie smoothie. The ingredients we're going to use are frozen apples, which I chopped up and tossed in my freezer, rolled oats, almond butter, cinnamon, and nutmeg. And you can just add everything again into the blender jar. We're getting the hydration from the apples because they're high in water content. We're getting healthy fats and protein from the almond butter. And we're getting wonderful flavor from the spices. And then I like to blend this up with unsweetened vanilla almond milk, but you could again use any type of liquid that you want. It's also really good with oat milk, but water also works too if you don't have any of those on hand. And then you can just blend it up until it's totally smooth and creamy. Make sure all of those oats are nice and blended. And while this is more of an autumn-inspired recipe, it's so delicious. It's such a great way to start the day. It tastes like a slice of apple pie, and it's really refreshing.
First up is the very refreshing protein smoothie. The ingredients you will need are almond milk, coconut water, frozen strawberries, cucumber, which adds a refreshing flavor and nutrients, tofu for a boost of protein, honey, and ice. Smoothies are easy, just blend everything up. I love using frozen fruit in my smoothies because it means I need less ice, if any at all. This smoothie is cool, fresh, and you'll never know that the tofu is there to make it a heartier meal. Next up is my sweet potato carrot pie smoothie, one of my favorites. The ingredients you will need are nut milk of choice. If you can find walnut or pecan milk, those are fun flavors that vibe with the rest of the ingredients, but any kind of milk will really do. Carrot juice, roasted sweet potato cubes, whole carrots, Greek or coconut milk yogurt for vegan, vanilla extract, cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, honey, and ice. I honestly don't need the honey in this smoothie since this is a meal replacement. I don't need too much sweetness, but I know a lot of people are more accustomed to having sweet smoothies, so feel free to adjust to your preference. Don't get too caught up in smoothie recipes. You don't really need one. Add liquid to thin or add ice to thicken and just go with it. We had to have a green smoothie, and today I am sharing this avocado banana smoothie. The ingredients you will need are almond milk, cooked quinoa, which is a surprising smoothie ingredient but integrates really well while also adding nutritious carbs and protein, a frozen banana, and remember, the more brown spots, the sweeter it will be, avocado, spinach, and maple syrup to sweeten if needed. I almost think it's a sin to not add spinach to a smoothie because you literally would never know it's there if it weren't turning your smoothie bright green. What an easy way to add in those veggies. This smoothie covers all of the groups we mentioned earlier in a deliciously sneaky way. Next, I've got a cheeky blueberry coconut smoothie. The ingredients you will need are coconut milk, blueberries, cooked beets, white beans, coconut sugar, and coconut shreds. Now, those are some wacky ingredients. Beets and beans, I know, but don't knock it till you try it. Honestly, the beans add a great thick texture and the beets flavor is slight but adds beautiful color. It's always more fun to eat more beautiful foods. The last one I've got for you is my vanilla almond protein smoothie. Get it? Protein? Because there are oats? The ingredients you will need are almond milk, protein powder, you could use vanilla flavor or plain, cauliflower florets, say what? Don't worry, oats, almonds, and a fresh vanilla bean. If you use sweetened protein powder, you won't need any sweetener, but if you use plain, you may want some. The fresh vanilla bean makes this one feel very gourmet, and I promise you won't even know the cauliflower is there. Thumbs up for including fruits, veggies, proteins, and grains in your smoothies. That is how you replace a meal.
So there you have it, guys. Some of the most delicious, amazing, satisfying weight loss smoothies that you can prepare. Let us know your favorite smoothie down in the comments and let us know what videos you guys want to see in the future. We hope you have an absolutely amazing week and thank you for all your love and support.